Hey guys, thank you so much for sitting down with me and going over this homestead tax exemption application on how to fill it out. This video is primarily for Denton County residents. So if you don't live in Denton County, make sure to check the YouTube channel to find which county pertains to you and find that video walkthrough. And I am happy to answer any questions that you have in regards to that. However, let's jump right into the Denton County homestead tax exemption. All right, so if you are checking out with me here, the residential homestead tax exemption, this is what it looks like. Okay, I have gone to Denton County's website already and gotten it pulled up, but I am going to click back over and walk you through how to get that pulled up. It's actually very simple. You are going to go to DentonCAD.com. It is going to pull up Denton Central Appraisal District. Okay. And you can either click on taxpayer info and you can go down to forms and exemptions. I find that it is easier to just go to forms and exemptions. Basically takes you to the same page. If you are a homeowner filing the general homestead tax exemption, you will click on homeowners and it will be the first one in bold. Okay. At which point this is the same thing. I'll go ahead and click out on one of those. And this is our homestead tax exemption. Okay. Now, one thing I will have you do is you are going to come back over here and let's click on the home page. So this is going to be on a separate screen, guys. You still have the homestead tax exemption pulled up. It does look like you will need to print that sheet out and fill it out. Unfortunately, for Denton County residents, you will not be able to fill that out online. So print it out, and you are going to go to property search, at which point you are going to put in your property address. I'm going to use one of my previous clients for this to show you exactly how to get this pulled up and to find certain things that maybe you wouldn't be able to find on your own or look foreign to you. So I have pulled up their information, and so you have now done that with your own. We're going to come back over to the exemption, and we are going to put appraisal district's name in. Very, very simple. Again, this is Denton County Appraisal District. Okay, so Denton County Appraisal District. Are you filing a late application? Okay, if you are filing in 2021, you are not filing a late application. Okay, if you're filing before then, I would reach out to Denton County Appraisal District directly just to make sure that you are filling that out appropriately. However, I have verified that if you are filling this out and you took ownership of your property in 2021, you are not filing late. So we would click no. Okay. It says tax years for the application. If you took possession in 2021, you will put 2022 here. If you took possession in 2022, you will put 2023. So basically, whatever year you took possession, the next year is the tax year that you are applying for. Makes sense. Okay. We will then check the box for general homestead exemption in section 1 here. If any one of these other ones pertain to you, if you're disabled or you're over the age of 65, any one of these other ones, you can click through and you can check the box that applies to you. You might have further tax benefits. And it does look like I did skip over, do you live in the property for which you're seeking the homestead residence exemption? Yes, you are absolutely doing that. Otherwise, you shouldn't be on this video probably in the first place. So yes, this is going to be checked universally. You don't have to put in anything for cooperative housing. Cooperative housing, basically, if a company has an interest in a property, at which point somebody has taken ownership, that is when they would be checking that box there. Were you receiving a homestead exemption on your previous residence? If you are a first-time home buyer, this is no. If this is a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever property, this isn't your first, and you did have a homestead exemption on the previous property, you would select yes. Otherwise, you would say no. Are you transferring exemption from a previous residence? Okay. If yes, if you did have a previous homestead residence, you could say yes. right? And if you don't, then you say no. Again, if you did, you would put the address here and the county here. That's it. Very simple. Okay, we're going to come down to section 2 here. Again, very simple. If you were single when you bought this house and you were the only one on the deed, okay, then you would click single adult. If you're married, you click married. If you bought a house with your dad, your brother, or, somebody that you're not married to, okay, you would click this. You will go in and start filling out this information: name of the property owner, your birthday, driver's license number. You can put your phone number, email address, okay, and percent of ownership. Guys, if you are a single adult, it's 100% ownership. If you are married, it's 100% ownership in both boxes. Okay, so you can see where it would be name of property owner too. If you did buy it with somebody else and you are not married, it is likely going to be 50%. However, you can go over here on your property search that we pulled up for your property, and you can find under property and under owner, it says percent ownership, and you can see 100% ownership. Okay. All right. Let's go back over to the tax exemption here. So we are actually going down to section 3 now. Date that you acquired this property. Guys, if you don't remember off the top of your head for some reason, it's okay. You're going to come back over to your property page on the website. You're going to go down to deed history. Okay. And here is their deed. They took possession 7/1 of 2021. Okay. Yours will say obviously something different, and you can put that date in right there. Okay. Then what you're going to do next is date you began occupying this property. Guys, if you had a lease back involved that you had given to the previous sellers, right, and it was 30 days, right, then you put 30 days. If you moved in on day 25, it's okay. It's not a big deal if you really get this one wrong by any means. It just needs to be, close enough to when you remember, right? So again, if you had a 2-week lease back and you moved after 11 days, you can put the 2 weeks. It's going to be okay, right? Physical address, you'll put the address again in. Legal description, okay? I'm going to make it really easy on you to find the legal description. It is up here at the very, very top. So I have it highlighted here, so you can take that information and input that into the application as well. Is the applicant identified on deed or other recorded instrument? You will click yes. Okay. And we're going to go back over. We are going to come down to the bottom where our deed history is again, and we are going to put this deed number in on the far right-hand side. Okay. Is the property for which the application is submitted an heir property? Guys, if you're an heir to the property, you would click yes. If you're not, you click no. Do other heir property owners occupy this property? Yes or no, and how it pertains to you, right? Most of you are going to click no. Okay, section 3, if it's a manufactured home, which for a lot of you this is not, you would put the information here. Obviously, if it doesn't pertain to you, leave it blank. Is this portion of the property for which you are claiming residence homestead exemption income producing? So if you Airbnb it, if you are Airbnb a room, renting a room, have a mother-in-law suite in the back that you're renting, right? You would click yes, and if yes, indicate the percentage of the property that's income producing, right? Get with me and we can go over how you need to fill this out if this is something that pertains to you. However, for most of you, again, you are going to input no. Okay. Number of acres or fraction of acre not to exceed 20 acres you own and occupy as your principal residence. Okay. Where you find this, you click on land here, and you're going to take this portion of the acres and you will input it right there. Easy enough. Okay, section 4, waiver of required documentation. Listen, a lot of this is not going to pertain to you. There's one that is going to be more common than others, but if it does pertain to you for some reason, you will check one of these boxes, okay? I am a resident of a facility that provides services related to health, infirmity, or aging. So this is more than likely somebody that is in an assisted living situation, nursing home, something of that form or fashion, right? At which point you would check that box and put the facility name and address. Okay. I am certified for participation in the address confidentiality program. Okay. Basically, what this is if you are somebody that has been a victim of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, to where your information is confidential and you belong to this program, you would check yes. Okay. I am an active duty U.S. Armed Services member or the spouse of someone. Okay, this is the more common one. So obviously, if this one pertains to you, you would check yes. If it doesn't, no, you don't anything. And then also, I hold a driver's license issued under Transportation Code Section blah blah blah. Okay, basically, if you hold a rank within the government, you're a district attorney or a federal judge or somebody whose identity is basically sealed from public record, you would click that box. Okay, but again, majority of you are not clicking any of these. Okay. If you own other residential property in the state of Texas, please list the counties of the location. Okay. So you would click that or input that information if that pertains to you. Lastly, your name, and here you're just going to put owner, swear and affirm the following. Sign it, date it. Okay. And you're done, guys. Obviously, there is some general instructions and stuff that you can kind of follow down here. Obviously, though, we have gone over majority of that information already in this video. Okay. So with that being said, the last thing that you're going to need to do is make sure that you have a copy of your driver's license whenever you share this information with the county. Okay. And I'm going to tell you where to go to share it. You want to make sure that your driver's license has the address in which you are filing the homestead exemption. So if for some reason you moved and you have not updated your address on your driver's license, you will need to do so before you file this information. Just a heads up there. Lastly, what I'm going to do is show you where to go. So we're going to come back to the home page here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to frequently asked questions. Okay. Again, this is very, very simple. I'm going to go to exemptions, and I am going to go down here to may I file my homestead exemption electronically? Okay. So basically you can. So what you would need to do is once you have gone and filled this information out, you scan and email it back to yourself, or you scan and email it to customerservice@dentoncad.org. Now, what you can also do is you can figure out where the address is, at which point you should be able to mail this information in as well, or you can drop it by, the county court office, at any point in time. Now, please let me know if this was helpful, if this was beneficial to you. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them here in the video, or you can contact me directly, and I'm happy to help you any way that I can. Otherwise, please let me know once you've gotten this filled out. That way I can feel better and know that you are taking advantage of all the tax benefits that you have once you have become a homeowner in filing this homestead exemption. So I look forward to seeing you here on the next video, and thanks for sticking with me here today.